In today's pattern, let's line up together. Let's do the line up crochet pillow using Bernat Maker Home Dec yarn. And what we're going to be doing is doing one particular square that is folded as you see within this diagram here. So once you get the big square, you'll fold it over and then you'll sew it with the pillow form inside to create the shape. Today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how this pattern is done, but I'm also going to give you an idea for improvisation if you'd like to do something slightly different than what is written in the pattern. So in today's pattern, you're going to notice that we're going to be slip stitching along an edge here. You can actually see it here in the model here, and you can actually see it in the example that I did as well, is that when you go to slip stitch up, it'll be very noticeable. So like in my point of view, like my eye catches it as a crocheter. So what I would like to do in today's tutorial, I'll show you how the pattern is done, and then I'm gonna show you how I improvised in order so that you can start on the edge instead of having a slip stitch right down the middle of your project like so. So without further ado, let's grab your 8mm size L crochet hook and let's begin to work on this. So today's project is just a large square, and once you get the large square done, you're gonna turn it over. So this is the right side of the project. So you turn it over, put your pillow form in, and then all you're just gonna do is fold it up like this, and then you're going to sew it on the back side like so, like an envelope like this. Okay, so when you go to turn it over, you'll have the center in just like that. Okay, so you can make it any size that you want to. If you want to change the size other than a 20-inch pillow, you can just do a large square, then fold it over your pillow that you have and see if it's big enough, and if so, then you can stop making it at that time. So let's begin. And we're going to create a slip knot, and remember there are slower tutorials available for learning how to crochet available here on our YouTube channel. So to begin, we're going to create the center ring, and we just need to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. There is your center ring right here. So you want to insert your hook into the beginning chain and yarn over and pull through. And this will create the very center ring of your pillow, just like so. Let's move on to round number 2. So let's begin our first round. We're going to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. So you make sure you count that as a double crochet when you're counting, and you're gonna come in the center of the ring, take this straggler here and just wrap it around, and I want you to double crochet 3 more times into the center of the ring. So just go right into the ring, pull through, and then pull through 2 and 2, and do that again another 2 times. So each one of the sides in the very beginning ring is kind of abnormal for a granny square, but of course everything is always different. With creativity, there's gonna be a total of 4. So you got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So on the corners, every time you have a corner, it's always gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So no matter where you are in this on this pillow, they'll always be the same. Then the next side is gonna be 4 double crochets like you had already on the first side. So 1 and 2, 3, and 4. Then you're gonna turn the side again. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3. This is another corner, and coming back into the center of the ring 4 more times for double crochet. So 1 and 2, 3, and 4. And then to finish off, sorry, you got a chain 3, sorry, got one more side to do, so I only had 3 sides. Okay, so I gotta do it one more time. I did that during the original sample too. I stopped 1 row earlier. I think it's when you do these 4 in a row that it kind of makes it look like it's finished even though it's not. So you just gotta watch for that. You don't do the same mistake as I am, or as I did. So what we have is that we have 4 left on this final side, and remember there's no corner left here, so you gotta finish that off. So 1, 2, 3, okay, and then just join it to the top of the beginning, chain 3. So now your center of the ring is formed just like you see here, and now let's move on to round number 2. So my 4 are now on, and to finish it off I have to chain 3 and then slip stitch then to the beginning. So before you do this final slip stitch through, okay, to the top of the beginning, okay, but do not use this white. We're gonna change our colors, and I'm gonna change it to a different color. You're gonna leave your strings attached. If you look at the back of this project, you'll notice that the strings stay up on the inside, therefore you never have to fasten off. You just have to carry the yarn. So you're going to insert your new color on, and when you go to slip stitch you're gonna pull through and through. Okay, that's what's creating that line that you see in the front face, is this formation. I am going to show you a little bit later on how to avoid that if you don't want that in part of your project. So let's start your next round. You're going to chain 3, so 1, 2 and 3. Notice that we're not starting off in a corner, we're just starting off in just the top one here. So we're just gonna double crochet ourselves all the way across, and in the corners on this one now is that they're always gonna be the same from this point forward. They're only gonna be 2 double crochets in the corner. Okay, so only put 2. So 1 and 2 followed by a chain 3. So 1, 2 and 3, and coming back into the same corner, 2 double crochets. That's gonna happen on each corner every time for every round. So it's 2, 3 and 2. So 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet. Now you're gonna work across the double crochets as you had been before, and you're gonna just fill these in. This is called a solid granny square, by the way, just so that you're aware of that. And you're just gonna go around once with this color, and then you're just gonna drop it and then bring back the other color to carry up, to go up again. So remember, corners are 2 double crochet, chain 3 and 2 double crochet. Okay, and then it's 2 double crochet across. Okay, and then a corner again is 2 double crochet. Okay, chain 3 and 2 double crochet. So you get that slip stitching line because you're starting off on the middle part and not a corner. So I'm going to just show you how to carry up if you want to, and then I'm gonna show you an alternative if you don't want that line right down the middle of the pillow. Okay, so you're coming up all the way across. Now your corner is your final one here in this particular round. So that line gets further and farther, so this corner gets further and further away from this line as you go. Now because you dropped your other color, this will be a little bit loose, so just make sure you pull it snug again. So chain 3 and 2 more double crochets in here to finish that off. So you're going to then switch your color, so pull this snug, and what you're gonna do is slip stitch to the top of the beginning chain 3, drop this color and bring back the white that you had. Okay, bring that back up and you can see that it's ready to go. So then you're just gonna carry on then from this point forward for the whole duration. You can just chain 3 and then double crochet in each, and then the corners are 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet. So if you would like to be able to avoid this slip stitching, what I'm gonna show you here is what I would do. So I would fasten this off completely. So remove it completely. Get rid of it nice and fresh out so that you can start your next round. This is not written in the pattern. This is an alternative, what I would do if it were me. It takes you a little bit longer to be able to fasten off and etc. But you know what, you'll get a look that I think you'll much prefer. So right now you fastened off, you woven in your ends, so when you bring back your white, so let's just snip this white. So when you bring back your white to the project, start in the corner. So just to start off with a slip knot first, and coming into the corner, just start right in the corner and attach it with a slip stitch, and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then with this bury this underneath the corner. So double crochet one more time because that's in your corners, and then chain 3. So 1, 2 and 3, and then coming back into the same corner, do 2 more double crochets. So you do that full corner first, just like you see, and then you carry on. So just continuing along the double crochets as you go. So the corners will still always be the same. The difference is that you will not have the slip stitching line that you would have had right here if you would have just fastened off at that point to carry up. So what happens is you get a nicer, cleaner look. And so when you get all the way back around, let me just stop here. If you get all the way back around here, you're gonna just double crochet in the final here, slip stitch it to here, finish it off, like fasten it off, and then start your next color right in the corner. So starting off with a slip stitch, chain 3, double crochet, then chain 3, 2 double crochets, and then carry on. So with that you'll end up with a nicer look. So instead of having the line here, you can just get it completely out of the way so that it's completely clear all the way across. So that's completely up to you. This is called the Line-Up Pillow, a free pattern by Yarnspirations.com, and I'm your host Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.